Hi guys, my name is Yash. I'm a ECBA certified business analyst, and today we'll be continuing with our 156th question of our BA interview series. So let's begin. What if the interviewer asks, how do you manage project risk? So I'll answer. I first identify risk related to requirements, dependencies, timelines, stakeholders, or technology. Then I assess the probability and the business impact of each risk before planning mitigation strategies. For example, in CraftCart, payment failures and inventory mismatch were identified as high impact risk. So I proposed retry mechanisms, inventory reservation logic, and automated inventory synchronization as mitigation solution. So as you can see, as a BA, I manage project risk related to requirements, dependency, timeline, stakeholders, or technology. Right. First, I have to identify related risk related to requirements, dependencies, timelines, stakeholders, or technology. Right. Then I assess the probability and the business impact of each risk before planning mitigation strategies. Mitigation strategies are basically strategies which you apply for understanding the impact of the risk, right? And the strategies which you can have solution on that particular risk. So for example, in CraftCart, payment failure and inventory mismatch were identified as high impact risk, because if payment failure and inventory mismatch are happening, normally the customers would not come back to the site again. So that was a very big high impact risk. So I proposed retry mechanisms, inventory reservation logic, and automated inventory synchronization. These are my mitigation strategies to make sure that the risk are being resolved, right? So that's how you so if a person or interviewer is asking you how do you manage project risk as a BA, you have to first answer that you identify the risk, right? You first identify what exactly the risks are. Is it required to, is it related to requirements, is it related to dependencies or timelines, right? Then you assess the probability of that risk. Is it a high risk, is it a low risk, right? It's a medium risk. And then you plan mitigation strategies. For example, if you see in CraftCart, the risk was payment failure and inventory mismatch. So mitigation strategies were inventory reservation logic, automated inventory synchronization, and proposed retry mechanisms, right? So these are mitigation solutions which you find on the risk once you identify the risk based on requirements, dependencies, timelines, stakeholders, or technology. So anyway, I hope you guys learned something from it. Thanks so much for watching.